Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the home mentoring session organized by Director General Higher Education, Haryana. I am Dr. Anuradha, Assistant Professor in English at MDSD Girls College, Ambala City. Today, we'll discuss a very beautiful story, The Refugee by K.A. Abbas. The Refugee is a story of an old woman, Maji, who used to live in Rawalpindi. She becomes a refugee as a consequence of the partition of India in 1947. Dear students, the present story depicts the pain and suffering of millions of people due to partition. Before proceeding further, let us know something about the author. Khwaja Ahmad Abbas was born in Panipat, Haryana in the year 1914. He died in the year 1987. He is one of the stalwarts of Indian writing in English. He is a distinguished Indian film director, novelist, screenwriter, and journalist. His writings focus mostly on pathos of oppressed people. He is a versatile writer and used to write in Urdu, Hindi, and English as well. He is a writer who consciously depicts the tales of those ordinary people who accomplished heroic deeds simply by virtue of their undaunted spirit and the sheer will to survive. He was honored with Padma Shri in 1969 by Government of India. His famous movies are Naya Sansar, Avara Munna, and Mera Naam Joker. Rice and Other Stories and 1000 Nights on a Bed of Stones are his famous two volumes of short stories. Dear students, Khwaja Ahmad Abbas was a progressive writer. He has used self-reflexivity in almost all of his works. You can find self-reflexivity in his characters. Let us know something about the story. The present story is a story of partition. You know, students, that India became free in the year 1947, but it was partitioned into two countries, India and Pakistan. There were widespread riots between Hindus and Muslims. The story has the theme of conflict, independence, loyalty, pride, resilience, and acceptance. It is narrated in first person by an unnamed narrator. It deals with the trauma of partition of India in 1947 and its aftermath. It is a story about Maji and the injustice done to her during partition. The writer sketches the events in the life of an old mother called Maji and thereby throws light on the sufferings of millions of people during the partition. Millions of people have been uprooted from their places, from their abode, and they have to shift into an alien land. Maji also rises above the conflict and continue on with her life to the best of her abilities and continues to grow even in unfavorable circumstances. Dear students, as we have discussed earlier in about the author, that most of the characters of Khwaja Ahmad Abbas have self-reflexivity. Same is the case with Maji. She is a strong lady. She always has a smile on her face. She never indulges herself in any kind of hatred towards anyone. Let us know the characters of the story. Maji, the old woman, is the protagonist. She is a sick lady. Then her husband, her son, her neighbors in Rawalpindi, and narrator's mother are the main characters of the story. Dear students, let us do detailed analysis of the story. The present story paints a very tragic picture of the trauma of partition of India in 1947 and its aftermath. Dear students, earlier Hindus and Muslims used to live a very happy life. They used to share a cordial relationship with each other. There was harmony in the society, but the partition has disturbed it all. In the opening lines, the writer calls it tragic storm. The tragic storm of August-September blew away nearly 10 million people. Millions of people have been uprooted from their places. Like autumn leaves. Writer here uses simile. He compares autumn leaves with the people who have to leave their places. They have to shift from one side of the country to the other. From Delhi to Karachi, from Karachi to Bombay, from Lahore to Delhi, from Rawalpindi to Agra, and so on. In the first paragraph, writer wants to describe how partition has caused damage to the relations of Hindus and Muslims and how ruthlessly age-old friends and neighbors were separated. Dear students, The Refugee is a story of displacement. Displacement means when someone is forced to remove himself or herself from one place. As I have told earlier that millions of people have been uprooted from their ancestral homes. They used to live like refugees in alien soil, and narrator compares them with autumn leaves. Millions of people were displaced. It was the biggest migration in the history. It was a geographical displacement as people have to leave their villages. They have to move from one location to the another location. It was a social displacement also. The society was in great turmoil. The families who were living together since hundreds of years have to leave their places. They have to leave their people as well. It was a great tragedy, and thus a dense gloom spread everywhere in form of partition, and due to this tragic storm, two old women shifted to Bombay in October 1947. One was narrator's mother and other was Manji, a Sikh woman. The protagonist of the story, Manji, is a vibrant lady of fair color and short stature. She lived in Rawalpindi, which is now in Pakistan. She has led a prosperous life there and she used to live in a two-storied house. She had a stable income over there as she has rented her shops to the Muslims. She used to harvest her own land. She has given the land to farmers as well. Rawalpindi was the whole world for her. Her son used to work in Bombay, but she regrets the fact that her son has to work in a faraway city. She often argues with her son, asking, "What's the use of earning money? You get neither pure milk, no ghee, neither apricots nor peaches." She used to lament over the fact that she is not able to feed her son properly. Her son has been moved to Bombay to earn money. But this money is of no use as he is not able to get the proper food. Then what will he do with the money? Dear students, she used to live a prosperous life in Rawalpindi. She has 6 spacious rooms over there. She had a buffalo and after churning the curds to take out butter, she used to distribute the buttermilk to all her neighborhood and won the love and affection of all her Muslim neighbors. This shows how strong their bond was. They used to share the things of daily life. There was no turmoil in the society. Nobody has ever hated her because she is a Sikh lady. There was harmony in her neighborhood and they all used to share a close bond. The elder Muslim women used to call her Behenji, while the younger ones called her Maji or Chachi. This shows how their relationships were. They were quite close, but the partition, it has changed everything. Dear students, Manji and her husband were contented couple. They were not having any malice against the Muslims. They have never thought that any Muslim can harm them. They have never thought that they will leave Rawalpindi. They were having a buffalo over there, they were having land over there, but now they have to leave the country due to partition. The news about impending partition in newspapers worried many Sikhs and Hindus in West Punjab, which is now in Pakistan, but not Manji and her husband. Dear students, in fact, the news of partition could not shatter their belief. They used to believe that Rawalpindi is their abode. The partition is only on the papers and they can live wherever they want to live. Though many warned her that it was dangerous for a Sikh to live there, and even her own son in Bombay asked her to come there. But she strongly believed that her Muslim neighbors were friendly to her and all of them were her own children. Dear students, this shows that their relationships with other people were quite cordial. They believed that their relation can never get retrited due to partition. They have a strong belief that Rawalpindi is their place and no Muslim can harm them. She used to ask question, who will harass us here? After all, the Muslims who lived around us are all like my own children, aren't they? And it is true also. It was true also, as Manji was respected and loved by everyone in Rawalpindi. She was a Sikh lady and she used to live among Muslims. She never had any problem with them. As we have discussed earlier, that older Muslim women called her Behanji, while the younger ones respectfully addressed her as Maji or Chachi. She has also reciprocated their love and regard in equal measure. She had a buffalo and she used to give buttermilk to everyone. Dear students, she was a kind lady. She was quite helping lady. People from East Punjab have come to the Rawalpindi. Manji helped the refugees. She felt bad for them that they have to leave their place. She has helped them who came to Rawalpindi by giving them foodstuffs, clothes and blankets and beddings. She was a kind lady. She had a big heart. She has accepted even the refugees as well. But the things have been changed now. Though the old couple did not believe in any kind of news. They thought that politics is not their concern, they are common people, and it did not matter to them whether the country was called Hindustan or Pakistan. They used to think that they'll spend their life in Rawalpindi only. But then one incident happened which snapped the last thread of faith. A Tonga wala was killed in front of Maji's house because he was a Hindu. Even the horse was not spared. They also went on stabbing the poor horse and killed it that had neither religion nor caste. It was a kind of shock to Maji, though there were fewer communal riots in Rawalpindi. But the poor fellow, the poor Tongawala, was stabbed to death as he was Hindu. Maji felt very bad about it. But there was something that gave her a bigger shock. Even the Tongawala's horse was not spared. The poor animal had no religion or caste, yet the people went on stabbing it with their daggers till it bled to death. It was a great shock for Maji, and here at this point she decided to lock up her house and leave everything behind. Thus, she became a refugee. Dear students, the important point is that she has locked her house and left everything behind. She could never imagine that she was leaving her place forever. She believed that one day she'll come and the Muslims will take care of her things, and definitely she'll spend all her rest of her life in Rawalpindi. It is only for few days that she is leaving that place, and in due course of time, when the things will be better, she'll return back. However, she reaches Bombay and shifts to a single room apartment, and her double storied house in Rawalpindi becomes only a pain in her aged heart. In Rawalpindi, she had two male servants and a maid, but here she has to cook, wash, clean, and do everything herself, living in a single room. Dear students, partition has turned her life upside down. She used to live in a big, spacious house, but in Mumbai, she had to live in a single room house. There was a small kitchen which also served as a bathroom and storeroom, but she was reconciled with her lot. She was a strong lady. She has accepted everything, and she has risen above the conflict. Dear students, she suffered a lot but never cursed anyone for that. There was no anger or self pity in her silent heart against anyone. As she has to cook, she has to wash, she has to clean everything, and she was an old woman. Naturally, her health has been deteriorated a lot. Dear students, she can never forget the hospitality which she used to practice in Rawalpindi. Thus, despite her circumstances, Maji takes great pride in what she does in life. Though she may not be as wealthy as she once was, she still changes and improves the living arrangement of her son's home, making sure that it looks and feels like a home. Manji is a strong woman who has never cursed any of her Muslim friends, though her health is not good, yet she never sits idle for a moment, never relaxes or sleeps except for 6 hours at night. She is constantly working. Dear students, her hair turned almost completely grey after the partition. Her health was not good. She used to get attacks of asthma as well. But she never sat idle, never relaxed except for the sleeping hours at night. She was the first one to get up early in the morning and was the last one to go to bed. She insisted on doing everything with her own hands. She never lamented that she had lost so much. Though there was pain in her eyes, yet her heart was full of joy, happiness, and contentment. Her words to her son: "Your Bombay may be a great and grand city, son, but we can never forget our Rawalpindi. Those pears and apricots and apples you never get in Bombay." It shows how badly she misses her own place, that is Rawalpindi. She used to remember her Muslim neighbors. Though there were tears in her eyes while speaking such words, yet there was no anger or self pity in her heart. She used to feel very happy when her husband reads out a letter received from Rawalpindi. Dear students, even after partition, as she was a strong lady, she was a kind lady, she has shared a very cordial relationship with her neighbors, she used to receive letters as well. So she used to feel very happy whenever her husband reads out a letter. Dear students, it is not only the story of Maji but millions of people. It was quite obvious for refugees to long for the place where they have spent their whole life. Maji has never accepted Bombay as her abode. Though Bombay is a great city, it has many opportunities, but her Rawalpindi, where she has spent her childhood, can never surpass it. This shows how Maji has been embedded in social milieu of Rawalpindi. It is pertinent here that it is difficult for her to adjust in a new place. She misses the fragrance of soil. She used to miss taste of apricots and apples. It is quite natural for a refugee to long for their home again, particularly if they didn't want to leave at the first place. The fact that Maji has adopted new environment is quite important. She is resilient and her ability to rise above the conflict and live independently is great. Thus, to conclude, the story Refugee portrayed the scenario of communal riots and how Maji affected by it. Maji is an epitome of motherhood and good-natured women. In the end, she is depicted as a silent woman with tears bubbling up in her tired old eyes. Dear students, her heart has neither anger nor self pity but memories. The story depicts the traumatic psyche of a refugee that represents all the sufferers of partition of India in 1947. Dear students, millions of people were ordinary people like Manji and her husband. They have no interest in politics. However, they have been involved in turmoil that the country has faced. Maji is one of the strong characters. She is a perfect example of noble human being. She has been abandoned. She has to leave her home due to partition. The country was in great turmoil. She has been forced to leave Rawalpindi and shift to Bombay. It was not normal for her. It was not easy for her. The communal riots which she has seen were frightening for her. She has to live in an alien land due to safety of her family. Millions of people were innocent victims of partition. There were millions of people who have to leave their cities and shift to other places. They used to live a prosperous life, but now they have to live as refugees. They used to live in refugee camps as well. Dear students, like Maji, most of the people were living happily. It is also quite important to mention that Muslim friends of Maji have guarded her and requested to leave the place only due to safety reasons. Dear students, the present story teaches us that we should be like Maji. Despite her circumstances, she takes great pride in whatever she does. Though she is not wealthy, yet she is independent. She has learned how she can come over anything. She has learned uh, to let go the wrongdoings that occurred in Rawalpindi due to partition. Nothing can defeat her. Nothing can shatter her confidence. The worst circumstances were not able to destroy her happiness. Dear students, she appears to be able to rise above the conflict and continue with her life to the best of her abilities. Let us do quiz session now. Try to answer these questions in about 15 to 20 words. Question number 1. What does the storm refers to? Question number 2. Where were the 2-week-old women blown to? Question number 3. Which place was the whole word for Maji? Question number 4. How many rooms were there in Maji's house in Rawalpindi? Question number 5. What was the steady source of income for her? Question number 6. Who came from East Punjab with the bitter feelings of revenge? Question number 7. How many rooms were there in Maji's house in Bombay? Question number 8. What news was published in newspaper in June 1947? Let us do short answer questions now. Dear students, try to answer these questions in about 50 to 100 words. Question number 1. How did the two women arrive in Bombay? Question number 2. Which are the regions that the writer uses to set his story of partition of India? How does he trace the movements of his characters? Question number 3. Prior to partition, what did Maji think of Muslims? Question number 4. How did the old Sardar couple react to the news of the impending partition? Question number 5. Describe the daily life of the old Sikh couple in Rawalpindi. Question number 6. When was the faith of Maji shattered? Question number 7. Describe Maji's life in Bombay. Let us do long answer questions now. Dear students, try to answer these questions in about 150 to 200 words. Question number 1. The refugee proves that men and women are capable of behaving both as uncouth animals and noble human beings. Discuss. Question number 2. Would you consider the refugee as a story about displacement, geographical, social, political, moral, and spiritual? Question number 3. Discuss character sketch of Maji. Question number 4. What does the title of the story The Refugee suggest? Question number 5. Discuss central idea of the essay The Story Refugee. Dear students, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Stay home.